Hey, what's up, everyone? So this is gonna be update 2 on this build. But before we get into this, please go ahead and subscribe. You don't want to miss anything. I'm gonna be putting out an update every week from now on, at least while I'm working on this. You don't want to miss them. Plus, there's gonna be some other stuff like I'm gonna be working on some of the tune later on down the road, and I'll have videos for that. But yeah, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you're not missing anything. Thanks. Anyways, so this is where I am as far as engine assembly. Obviously, if you've seen any of my other videos, I talked about setting up the end plate. So obviously I have the bottom end done. Got the head on, cam housing and cams in it. I've got the timing belt on. I've got the balance shafts in and the oil cooler in. So if you notice, I did cut this. I had to modify that because I had to cut it so that the cap will fit over. Like, I've got a cover that sits where the distributor would be, because I am going to run the LS coils on this, and I didn't want the distributor still on. But moving forward, I've got to put the balance shaft belt line together, oil pan, crossover pipe, turbo, everything else on the engine. I don't know if you can see, but I don't have the flywheel on yet. So to set it up for timing, I just set it to top dead center. It's pretty easy to see top dead center when there's no oil pan on it. You just look up and oh yeah, it's up at the top. The piston's up there. So that's that. In a minute we'll look at the car, but Mandy had actually left me a message or a comment saying like, oh, you should talk more about the build and do a walk around. So that's what we're gonna do right now. As far as more about this build, I guess I'll just like spill everything that's in this right now, which really isn't that much. So it's got a set of Wasner pistons. They're supposed to be factory weight, 25cc dish, so it's like, I'm pretty sure that's factory. They are half a mil over. The head has been, I'm pretty sure the head's been cut and O-ringed, and it's been ported. I don't know who did all that work because it was done before I had the engine. I didn't CC it, so I don't really know like exactly what compression ratio is going to be, but I would say it's pretty close to stock. Is that like it? If I changed like and went to a different, like a more radical piston, then it would be, I think, then it'd be a little bit different. But one thing I did notice though on this build, or at least on this particular engine, I don't know if it's been decked, but the pistons do come out just a little bit above the deck. I didn't pay enough attention when I disassembled it to see if the stock pistons did. So if the stock pistons didn't, then obviously that's going to boost compression if that piston's a little bit higher. It's stock cam, or at least as far as I know it's stock. Ported head, new pistons. I did get a different turbo. You can look back to my videos and see where I unboxed it. It is a Lindsay Racing Super Series Super 53 with a stage 3 turbine. So it should max out around 18 pounds, but where this head is ported, resistance is going to be a little bit different. So it might, I don't know if it's still going to max out at 18 pounds, since that's like technically a measure of resistance because of how much pressure you're building. So we'll see how much air flows and see what it actually I don't think I'm gonna max it out. I'm just gonna shoot for like 16, 17 pounds. I've got a bunch of aftermarket boost control stuff. I've got a manual boost controller and I've got a teal wastegate. So we should be pretty good as far as controlling that turbo. I've got a spec clutch and flywheel. As far as like aftermarket really goodies, like I think that's about it. I mean, there's like a Lindsay Racing fuel rail and I've got a 3-inch exhaust for it, but like still stock down pipe and crossover pipe. I did have to remove the heat shield on the headers and weld on the pipe. And if you know about those headers, like they're conical or whatever, however you pronounce it. So I don't know how well it's going to take that weld. But I guess it is what it is. If it doesn't hold, then I'll either go aftermarket or I'll weld it again. Either way. Alright, so here's looking in. It needs a couple more things. I've got to work on this door here. It needs a couple trim pieces, like small trim pieces. Oh crap, you can't really see it with the steering wheel in the way. I'll move to the other side and we'll see. I still need to put the passenger side seat in, but I don't know if that steering wheel is going to stay stock like that. I haven't even lifted that cover to see what it looks like under there, but we'll move around. So you're about where the passenger seat would be. I'm trying to like keep my light on the tripod too, so you can actually see things. Like you can see, that piece is missing. That didn't happen. But some of the finer points. So I did add a boost gauge and an AFR gauge, and then I've got the manual boost controller right here, and then this cheapo $20 Amazon radio that I'm scared it's going to catch on fire. But that's just, that's not going to stay. Don't worry. Other than that, like, it looks pretty good. Other than me working on it, the carpet's pretty clean and everything. And then, I got to put the mirror back in. So you can't see it, but I've got the Haltech computer down there, and the fuse box from the Universal Premium Wiring. So I hope I never have to change any of the fuses, because it's like underneath that kickboard. But it's all in there, it's all hidden as far as seeing it from the inside. But yeah, that's enough with the inside, I guess. Side shot of the car, you can see the rims we're going to put on. I've got to take those back off and still bleed the brakes. Hard to see with everything black. I've got the wiring all in the car. I've got, I don't know, hopefully you can see these. These are the fuel lines. They are stainless steel. I'll post a picture somewhere around it, where I've ran from the fuel pump, from the tank, all the way up. Stainless steel lines. As far as like where I'm going to put everything, I think the LS coils are going to come over here, and the intake is going to come over here. Hopefully nobody gets too bent out of shape and be like, oh, that's a terrible spot to put your air filter. It's just going to pull in, heat. It doesn't pull in very good air. Well, I cheated. Okay, so I cheated a little bit, and I just hole sawed a hole right here, and to help get more fresh air in. Alright, so here's another shot of the body of this side. You can see as far as the brakes, I've got a set of sequence rotors and a set of hawk pads, and then rebuilt calipers and stainless steel hoses. So, plus I also put a new master on it. So once that system's filled and bled, it should be ready to go. I've still got to change out the front sway bar, because I've got a bigger sway bar to put on it. But yeah, that's this side. I showed you around the car a little bit. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know in the comment section. I'll show you. But yeah, so next week I'll post something else. I'll post another update and show where I'm at as far as what I'm waiting on, anything I'm waiting on. I'm only waiting on the starter ring. I do not have a starter ring, so I got that on order. Hopefully it'll be here next week, and hopefully we'll get the engine to the point. I'll get the engine to the point where I can drop it in, at least built and ready to go in, and hopefully with school and everything, man. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you didn't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know something you want to see or questions or whatever. Anyway, thanks again.